Taylor. Welcome to No Movies in Hell.
Hi, I'm LaClaw Scott, and today we are reviewing The Marvels, the latest in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Saw the trailer for this a bunch of times. I did not have high hopes. In fact, I would sort of made up my mind. I'm not going to see this. Antman, Quantumania was so mad that I was just like, that's it, I'm done.
I'm actually surprised that you saw this.
On the other hand, I do want to support female-led movies, and either you do or you don't want to support female-led. So just put your money where your mouth is and go. And so I did.
Yay!
It was a 9 a.m. Saturday or Sunday morning showing. I just wanted to do it and get it, move on with my weekend. And it was better than I thought it would be.
Same. I like Nia DaCosta's book of work. She did the last Candyman, which was 2 years ago, or the revamp of it. And then she did this movie called Little Woods that I highly recommend, that has Tessa Thompson in it and Lily, I forgot her last name, but she has a very familiar face. She was Cinderella, but she's in a bunch of stuff. And it's really good. It's kind of a thriller. I knew, I have to see the Marvels because I've seen all these other characters come together. And what I really like about this film, and I guess it was leading up to this, was all the ancillary, or how they got here was from a lot of the material that's on D+. So Ms. Marvel, and watching that, and then watching WandaVision, which one of the characters came from there. And then you have, Captain Marvel, that is from the film, but it also explains kind of her absence because, she's in the Avengers, or she's helping support the Avengers. She goes away for some time and then she comes back. So I'm curious to see how they were going to work everything in there. And I would say I feel like this is going to be a classic film. It's a little under the radar as of now in terms of, people talk about box office. And this is kind of the first movie to come out post actor strike. So nothing was being promoted at the time. Dune got pushed back. Everything is getting pushed back to early next year, and they have to move forward with this film. So out of the gate, there were a lot of things that were dinged against it. But I have to say that seeing all the little kids, I saw an early Saturday morning screening of this, seeing all the little girls excited and seeing all the women excited for this film was hilarious. And also, I've never seen fight scenes like this. I feel like it hits home because you have Kamala Khan's family, and they're just destroying this woman's house, this family's house. And it's actually they haven't done anything like that in other Marvel films. They destroy universes and planets and stuff, but it really hits home when you get that reaction of the mom or the dad or the brother that's oh my gosh, that's something that's been in the family for years, and then you hit an alien with it or something.
Yes, I did. I thought the fight scenes were well done, although I was very confused sometimes. I was what's happening right now? Also, if you're able to do that, I think you would have been able to defeat the villain. She's still just one person, and the three of you all have separate power. It doesn't seem like it would have been that
hard.
But it was a relatively short movie, I will say, for a Marvel movie, which I appreciated.
It was. I mean, I felt okay, this is going to be interesting because it's transference, right? If they hit someone, then they transfer powers and stuff. So they have to be calculated. But to your point, you're right. This was one person. And of course, the storyline with these villains have been, you have destroyed my planet, universe, country, civilization. I want revenge. And it's usually just an empowered, one person. And it was just look, I'm going to unite my people. I'm going to bring down, X, Y, and Z. and they really got a grudge for our perceived hero.
I liked the planet where she's the queen or the princess or whatever she is, where she's married to the prince. I thought it was funny because I was like, that guy looks so familiar.
Yeah, is he like
BTS or like what?
Yeah,
he was in Parasite. He wasn't the main.
Really?
He wasn't part of the family, but he was the guy who sets up the son of the family as the tutor while he's away at school.
Oh wow. Okay.
I was like, look it up. I didn't independently recall that.
I was like, oh, is he like in K-pop, or is he like an actor? Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Also, I'll say this made as much sense as any Marvel movie did. Like, I haven't watched the Disney Plus series, like the Wandavision or any of those, so I don't take any of that into account. But
yeah,
from a storyline perspective, this made as much sense as any of the, like, maybe more.
Okay.
Like, it was high on the scale of making sense, except for maybe the, components of there are three of you. Why is it taking so long to, like, but that's in all of that. So I thought the plot was good.
Mm-hmm. Did you feel like you, like, because you didn't watch WandaVision or Ms. Marvel, did you feel like you were missing anything, watching the film other than, I guess, the transference of powers?
No. And I thought the transference of power was explained pretty well. Although, like, there were some question marks, right? Like, you're using your transference of power and you're changing places with the other person. Mm-hmm. Like, if at that moment, like, usually you're using it as a reaction to something. Does that also transfer to the other person? Like, if you are getting hit, does any of that transfer over when you make this switch? So that's probably
I agree.
Too technical, right? Like, who cares? But it just seemed like it would be the case. I also like the cats. I'm not gonna lie. Yes. I'm gonna go see Agent Argyle because that Argyle movie.
Oh, is it the cat? Oh my goodness. The cat will probably have a significant plot point or subplot in Argyle. Like this movie, the Flurgan, and people like, oh, this is just a cat. It's like, no.
So they find these like brain, like the ooze balls.
Yes.
On the station, and they don't know what it is. But has that cat never recreated before? Like, is it the first time that cat has ever had
kittens? Yeah, I think so. So I think it was introduced in Captain Marvel. It was just like a thing. Like, it was just a cat. And then people were surprised when they found out that it was like actually an alien creature. So the people, I guess, on this, because it's not Captain Marvel's like ship, it's more Nick Fury's, like the ship that he's on. They're not aware.
Clearly, but it seems like that's something that should be known, right? Like, we are aware of this alien species. We've taken them onto our ship. We have no idea how they procreate. See, you have costumes as a 3.
Yes, I really enjoyed the costumes with this one, especially when she goes to the planet when she has to be a princess and they all are dressing up and they all sing to communicate.
Right. Story, you gave it 3.
I like the story. I mean, I just find it fascinating that it's like we're in the villain era, right? Like, where we always perceive the heroes are part of the Avengers, are, related. And it's these people who are like, listen, these were my resources. Help me out. And there's like just kind of disregard for that. So I like that story. And I also like the story of, Monica getting an explanation from Captain Marvel around like why she had to leave. So they kind of button that up. And then also like Kamala Khan, like, can you imagine being like, I don't know, a 14-year-old girl and like your hero, you're literally transferring places with your hero and you don't really get to interact with them, and you see them as like this high status instead of someone that has like feelings and are kind of human. I guess she's not human, but someone that is doing good for like the right purposes, or at least trying to. So I felt like there were good messages there. And I like the story for that part.
The only thing I would say for the end, and this is going to be a spoiler, so sorry, everyone. When like she's transferring the energy and she's stitching the thing closed, could she not just be on the other side and do the same transfer? Like, why do you have to be on
I totally thought about that.
Other side?
Yeah. Yeah, you could stitch from the side, but well, I guess she would have been blasted or something like that.
Would she?
If someone like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a possibility, like if whomever or whatever was blowing up at the time would have hit her. So she had to stitch on the other side, so she wasn't coming back.
Right. So I thought when they were doing it that she had to be like in it, like she was going to be like stitched into the fabric of it. And so I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense. But then when I saw the after credit, I was like, oh, I guess she was just on that other side. Like she just could have come over here.
She went on the other side, and now it opens it up to all these rumors that have been going around of the X-Men and Marvel arc. And so that's a whole other thing. But would appreciate a Beast movie with just Kelsey Grammer.
Put that on the wish list.
That would be hilarious.
All right. Anything to plug in this episode?
Not anything new. I think for Apple TV, Napoleon will be coming to Apple TV, which we have reviewed already. Mm-hmm. And I believe there's a Godzilla movie that is coming out on Apple TV as well.
I think it's coming to theaters too. Godzilla Minus One.
Mm-hmm. On the radar.
It's like a Japanese like cinema thing, right? The Boy and the Heron, and then Godzilla Minus One. Also, Eileen, I think, is finally coming out. I've been seeing trailers for that forever, and now I think it's at Angelica this weekend.
Mm-hmm. I think in Alamo too.
Okay. So excited about that.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah. I know. It was tremendous Anne Hathaway. Like she wasn't a draw for me. And I don't know why, but I like the trailer for this. I think she looks great. So
yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.